Hello students, welcome back. Let's discuss the charge on the elements. Usually metals positive charge होते हैं and non-metals negative charge होते हैं. But how much is the charge? Mean +1, +2, +3. How much? ये आपको group number of electron बताएंगे. Like group number 1 is this group number 1. All the elements in group number 1 has +1, like lithium +1, sodium +1, potassium +1, and group number 2 metals are +2, magnesium +2, calcium always +2. Likewise, all the metals of the group 2 are +2. And next is group 3 elements. Group 3 elements are always +3. And famous metal of the group 3 is aluminium, always +3. And next is group 4 element. Group 4 elements are famous is carbon, and it has 4 electrons. To complete its octet it needs 4 more electrons, so it can form -4, or it can lose all these electrons to form a stable, then it can make +4 also. But usually it doesn't form ions, it form a covalent bonding. Next is nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic. These have 5 outermost electron and they need 3 electrons, so they take 3 electron and they form -3. And next is oxygen, sulfur, selenium. All these have 6 outermost electron and they need 2 more and they form -2. Always oxygen is -2. And these halogens, they always form -1. Like chlorine always -1, fluorine always -1. Likewise, all the elements of this group is -1, and they are very famous for their -1 charge, and because they are very famous non-metals and they are very famous metallic ions negative charges. So if we discuss these transition metals, they are very complex metals, and they are very generally complex ions, and they are very generally complex elements. So इनको discuss करने के लिए you have to keep something in your mind that they form and charges that are variable, but somehow that is famous of them are silver, gold. They form +1. Gold also form +3 as well. Likewise, copper, famous metal, form +1, also +2. But +2 is more stable and more famous. I have discussed this silver, always +1, okay, and this copper always +1, maybe +2, but mostly +2. And this gold +1 and +3. Next is zinc, always +2, cadmium always +2, and nickel always +2, and cobalt +2 or +3. And iron, famous iron is this famous iron is either +2 or Fe +3, but most stable is +2, and that's why this is more common. And another common use is group charges. SO4 always -2, OH always -1. Okay, so these are the famous group charges. SO4 always -2, OH always -1, and PO4 always -3. So these are some of the famous -1, -2, and -3 charges. -1, -2, and -3 charges is a famous group charge. Another famous is NO3 -1. This is also a famous one. So let's suppose if we form NaNO3. So NO3 is always -1 and Na is metal always +1. So this is the combination. -1 cancel with the +1 and it form a stable compound NaNO3. Likewise H2SO4. SO4 is -2 and H is +1, so 2H are +2 and -2. And if we take a very simple example like NaCl, NaCl is -1 is chlorine and +1 is sodium. So it forms a very stable compound NaCl, sodium chloride, the common salt. In next video, we'll discuss more of these examples to show the ion, the charges and their stability. Thank you so much.